Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss the manufacturing industry in India, part 1. Today we are looking to agro-based industry, Indian textile industry. What is agro-based industry? Agro-based industry are those industry which depend upon agriculture raw materials. That is called agro-based industry. For example, cotton is the raw material for cotton textile, sugar is the raw material for the sugar textile, jute is the raw material for jute textile, etc. So these are agro-based industry. Today we will talk very first about the cotton textile industry in India. So these are the factor which contribution to the industrial production. Cotton textile industry 14%, in GDP 4%. These are the power loom, handloom. Earlier the agro-based industry started with the production with the handloom. Later on it developed as a power loom with the help of electricity, with the help of power. Earlier this cloth is in the market comes in the form of muslin cloth, and that is superior variety of cloth. Very first the cotton textile industry enterprises begins from Mumbai, Gujarat and Maharashtra state. The Persian peoples, the Gujarati peoples, they introduced very first this cotton textile industry as an entrepreneur in the state of Maharashtra near Mumbai, Ahmedabad, and these are some of the major cities where the cotton textile growth takes place. We will talk about very first the cotton textile industry, how it developed in and around Mumbai. What are the main factors for the development of cotton textile industry in and around Mumbai? That is very first the hot and humid climate. Black soil is abundant nearby areas, so there is not any problem of the cotton, because the cotton growing area that is near Mumbai, same way near Ahmedabad. Humid climate is very ideal for the spinning of the yarn. So good variety of the cotton is also grown in the black cotton soil. Then Mumbai also developed having the port facility, so there is import and export takes place. The export of the ready-made garments from India to the Gulf countries, foreign countries, European countries, America, and import of the long staple variety of cotton from the other countries to India. So port facility, Mumbai is also connected from all with the transport facility like roadways, like railways. Mumbai having the Western Ghat, and from there the hydel powers are very essential. The cheap hydroelectricity is available. Labor as a main input for the cotton textile industry, that is also in abundant from the nearby areas. So labor, there is not any problem. So these all are the factors related with the development of cotton textile industry. Some of the main centers of the cotton textile industry are Solapur, Pune, Kolhapur, Nagpur, Ahmedabad and Jalgaon. So these are in the state of Maharashtra. And the Gujarat, there is another second largest production of cotton textile in India that comes from the state of the Gujarat. And do you know how much percent that comes from here? That is 23% of the mill cloth that is produced in the state of Gujarat. And here some of the factor we will highlight. The raw cotton is ready. They are ready-made means easily available, readily available from the nearby areas. And second important thing is that Kandla port is not far away from the Ahmedabad port, that is in Gujarat. So import and export facility is easily available from the Kandla port, and it is well connected with the road and railways. And further enhancing thing is the market facility. So abroad and within India and abroad, the readily available market of the cotton textile, and cheap hydel power is easily available. If you will talk about which are the cotton textile center in the state of the Gujarat, that is Surat is there, Rajkot is there, Porbandar, Morbi, Bhavnagar, these are the important center. In South India, Tamil Nadu is one of the very important center, and it is also called the Manchester of the South India. And here the main centers of the cotton textile like Coimbatore is there, Madurai, Salem, Tirunelveli, Tiruchirappalli, Tuticorin and Ramanathapuram. These are some of the important cotton textile centers in the state of the Tamil Nadu. And if we will talk about some cotton textile locations. So these are some of the important locations: raw material, labor, transport facility. and these cotton textile center which is spread all over the country. So almost every state having the cotton textile center in India. So cotton textile industry provide enormous opportunity for the employment for the people of India, and that's why it is one of the growing industry, growing sector of industry in India. Now next is the West Bengal. Textiles also centers are there in the West Bengal, and here large demand of the cotton cloth is there. Humid climate is easily available. Water is available in plenty for the cotton, for washing purpose, for dyeing purpose, etc. Then next is the Uttar Pradesh. Here we will talk about Uttar Pradesh. There Agra, Lucknow, Moradabad, these are the important centers. Now some of the problem faced by the cotton textile industry. What is the problem faced? Very first is the scarcity of the raw material. What does it mean? Scarcity means a shortage of raw material, good quality of raw material. As we know, there is a three staple variety of the cotton: short staple variety, medium staple variety, and long staple variety. So India produce mostly the medium staple and short staple variety of cotton. So long staple variety of cotton, India to depend upon the other countries. So that is one of the problem. And second one, obsolete machinery. Still we are there rely on the old and obsolete machinery, which is not much more fruitful, not much more production. So that is old method, old technology, sick mills, what we consider, which are no profit. Such industries are still running on. So that is also one of the main problem. Inadequate power supply, that is another cause, because the shortage of power supply is still felt in many parts of the country. So power cuts are very common. So this is another problem. Then stiff competition from the other countries, because the other country produce raw cotton, high variety of cotton, and long staple cotton, and moreover more cheap price also. So these are some of the highlights about what are the problem faced by these industry in India. Now we will talk about the sugar industry. As you know, the sugar cane is the main raw material and for the sugar industry. Now which factor responsible for the location of sugar industry in India? So there are various factors responsible for the location of sugar industry in India. Very first is the raw material. The raw material is available, that is only during the winter season, and crushing period of sugar cane in North India, that is 3 to 4 months, while in South India there is more higher, 7 to 8 months is the crushing period. That's why South India is the superior, or more production comes from South India in terms of production of sugar. So South India is leading as compared to North India. And second important, sugar industry depend upon heavily on the supply of the fresh cane. Why I am highlighting here fresh cane? Because within 24 to 48 hours the sugar cane sucrose contained. Now we will talk about the main production of the sugar industry. The gur or the jaggery, khandsari and white sugar, these are the main production of the sugar industry. As you know, what is the gur or the jaggery? That is the boiling sugar cane juice, that is called the gur, or that is called the jaggery. Khandsari is made by the very age-old method of separating the molasses from sucrose, that is called the khandsari. And white sugar, you know, that produced by the sugar factory, that is called the white sugar. Now important thing, byproducts. What are the byproduct which is not the main product, that is called the byproduct? For example, after extracting the juice from the sugar cane, the leftover part which is left as it is, after extracting the juice, that is called the byproduct. Do you know how many main byproducts of sugar industry? That is 3: baggage, molasses and pressmud. Now first we will talk what is molasses. So molasses is a thick, dark brown syrup-like liquid. It's produced during the process of making sugar. So that is called molasses, dark brown syrup-like liquid. And what is the use of this molasses? So use of molasses is particularly it is used in manufacturing of fertilizer, DDT, power alcohol, synthetic rubber, plastic, rum, chemicals and cattle feed. So multifaceted uses. The next one is the baggage. What is baggage? Baggage, it is a dry fiber. As you know, after extracting the juice, the leftover part, that dry fiber is called bagasse after extraction of juice from the crushed stalk of sugarcane. It serves as the raw material for paper industry. It is also used for making cardboard. And third very important one is the press mud. It is a residue of the filtration of the sugarcane juice, the residue part, the leftover part after the filtration of the sugarcane juice, and that is collected at the bottom of the juice, which contains insoluble salt and fine bagasse. That is called the press mud. And what is the use of the press mud? It is used for making wax, shoe polish, carbon paper. So it is very rich in potassium, sodium, phosphorus and organic matter. So press mud is also a base material for producing bio-earth, which is done by composting. Now next segment we will talk about the problem faced by the sugar industry. So very first problem faced by the sugar industry, that is the low and irregular supply of the raw material. As we know that the per hectare yield in India is very low. It is a seasonal industry, and that's why this fluctuation in the supply of the raw material is one of the main problems. And second very important, the result in the low production of shortage of supply of sugar came to the sugar mills. So this is one of the main thing. And short crushing season, that is one of the main. Being a seasonal crop, the crushing varies from 4 to 7 months. In North India, it is only 3 to 4 months, while in South India, 7 to 8 months are the crushing period. So that is an important fact. And one solution of another one, the mill and workers, that is remain ideal during remaining part, mean they are jobless, no work, because seasonal nature of the industry. And a small and uneconomic size of sugar mill, that is another problem faced by the sugar industry. And as obviously as we know, the old and obsolete machinery, that is one of the key. Most of the machinery in sugar mills, particularly in the UP, if we will talk about the Bihar, UP and Bihar, the sugar belt of India, is old and obsolete machinery. Obsolete, that means that is outdated, old one, which affect the production. They need complete rehabilitation. Then another important problem is the imbalanced distribution of the sugar mills. And throughout India, if you will talk, somewhere more concentration of sugar mills, somewhere no concentration of sugar mills. So there is an improper distribution. So these are some of the highlighted. Now we will talk about another question which is asked in the board examination. Compare or the contrast between the sugar production in North India and the sugar production in the South India. So what are the reasons why the South India is the leading producer of the sugar cane as compared to North India? Actually, in the beginning, the North India is the leading producer, but at the present situation, at the present time, South India having the largest production. As reason for shifting of the sugar mills to the South India from North India, very obviously the tapering shape of the peninsular India, having the tropical climate which is ideal for growing the sugar cane. The black soil is there, the high temperature is there, the good amount of rainfall, irrigation facility, frost-free growing season. So that is very ideal, very suited for the geographical condition which give higher yield per unit as compared to the North India. Second very important cause, the sucrose content is higher in tropical variety of sugar cane that is available in South India, peninsular India. And third one, the crushing season is longer in South India as compared to North. As you know, the 4-month North India, 7 to 8 month in South India. Then another reason is that the cooperative sugar mills are betterly managed in the South India as compared to the North India. And one more final, in South most of the mills are new and hence are equipped with the modern machinery. That is one of the important facts. So in this way we come to an end of this agro-based industry part 1. Next time we will meet with another segment of the mineral based industry part 2. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.